In Russian-controlled Crimea, anxious retirees waited in long queues to collect their pensions. Many said they did not know when they'd receive their money due to the administrative confusion arising from Russia's annexation of the Ukrainian territory. Some pensioners lashed out at journalists covering the story. In Afghanistan, Tajik President Emomali Rahman pledged support to the country as international troops continued their withdrawal. Rahman and his Afghan counterpart Hamid Karzai signed a series of agreements on enhancing bilateral cooperation. Rahman was among several regional leaders who traveled to Kabul for an international Nowruz festival. In the Russian capital, a handful of people rallied outside the construction ministry to protest an alleged real estate fraud. They accused authorities of failing to intervene over long delays in the construction of private housing complexes. Protesters said they have been waiting 12 years for flats they've already paid for. In Kyrgyzstan, about 30 demonstrators called for the adoption of a lustration law to remove corrupt officials who served in former President Bakiyev's government. Bakiyev was ousted in 2010 following violent anti-government protests. 3 separate lustration bills have already been drafted. In the Pakistani city of Peshawar, traders closed their shops and took to the streets to protest mounting threats to their security. Merchants have been subjected to kidnappings, extortion, and other threats by armed groups. The city's largest vegetable market was shut down for 3 days. In Serbia, the anti-war organization Women in Black held an hour-long protest in Belgrade to mark the 15th anniversary of the killings of Albanian civilians at the start of the Kosovo War. The activists silently held black banners and lay on the ground to commemorate the plight of Kosovo's Albanian population at the hands of the then Yugoslav army and police. In Belarus, an estimated 2,000 people held a rally that crowned Freedom Day, an approved event marking the 96th anniversary of the proclamation of the Belarusian National Republic. The protesters denounced Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine and remembered more than 100 people killed during recent anti-government protests in Kiev. Belarusian opposition activist Maxim Vinyarsky was later detained and sentenced to 15 days in jail on charges of swearing and using extremist slogans. In Iraq, government troops continued strikes against militants in different areas of the western Anbar province. In the city of Ramadi, the house of an elderly woman was destroyed by shelling from Iraqi troops. The neighborhood is considered a relatively peaceful area. In Tajikistan, FIFA President Sepp Blatter opened the country's Year of Grassroots, a FIFA program that makes soccer available to children of all backgrounds. He also gave a news conference on soccer development in the country and inaugurated an artificial turf pitch funded by the International Football Federation. The ceremony came one day after Blatter held talks with Tajik President Emomali Rahman and attended a local match. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.